Turn the music just a little bit. Some effects. So this is the first sort of cargo spaceship. It's pretty small, but you can see it's got cargo boxes, sort of a symmetrical design except for the front. It's only got one little turret, and you'll probably have to spin to reach wherever you need to reach with that turret. So it's really not designed for combat. I should lock the mouse, but right now you can see you can pan around the camera in just about every way. You can zoom in. I do not have a cockpit view. I've decided not to do that. I really don't like the idea of spaceships having cockpits, especially with like a glass window. This sort of looks like a front of a truck. Even this ship is probably the size of a small skyscraper, and so like a little window, where a pilot is going to look out isn't really a thing. The pilot's probably looking at a bank of monitors or some sort of holographic projector. Anyways, mouse got off the screen. So you can move around, you can spin while still panning around the camera. There is quite a bit of drag for a space game, but I just like the ability to quickly change directions. So to spin around, you can do that. I also really just don't want to mess with having to constantly ram into things or develop a serious collision avoidance system. It's pretty, try to zoom in. It's pretty physics forgiving. This field has been randomly generated. There's three types of rocks. There's actually a whole bunch of kind of donut holes visible here. These are in the second category of resource rocks. So they're a bit rarer than the others that are just brown. These have gray bits sticking out. You might see the occasional gray rock right there. There's also a much rarer, darker rock that will probably have more metallic content. And then very rare, probably only 4 of them in this map, are some alien artifacts, which are going to be really hard to see. Might be one there. It's kind of a little purple dot. It's kind of hard. It might just be in the background. But this map is pretty big. It's got like I think it's 10,000 unit radius. And so there's 4 alien artifacts, in a circle, basically 10, 20,000 units across. What the hell is that? I guess it's part of the background. So you'd have to get pretty lucky to just see one right off the bat. But the idea is that you would spend a lot of time moving from rock to rock, collecting them, and you might get lucky every once in a while. They're so far apart and the speeds are such that you probably want to pick up every rock you visit, and just look around real quick and pick the next rock you're going to get to. There's a gray one, but it looks like it's really far off. Distances can be a bit deceiving. Is that my lens? The background seems to be moving kind of weird. It's making me kind of dizzy. My field of view is changed. There's the resolution on this monitor. a darker rock anywhere nearby. I haven't settled on the color of this background. It's actually a lot more visible than it was a few hours ago, but kind of want a nice background, but I don't want it to be too distracting. Obviously, there'll be some HUD elements to sort of assist you in finding things, so it's not all just visible, or you don't have to find things with your eye alone. I made the decision after talking with a friend to make the camera free look panning around be sort of the default movement, and to actually steer the ship, you hold down the right mouse button. Alright, so you're going to spend a lot of your time traveling from rock to rock and maybe looking around, or running from people and shooting at them, but more or less moving in a straight line. You can still roll, but if you need to do some maneuvers, you gotta sort of change your mode to steering. That might be something I can swap depending on your ship. If you're like an attack craft, then steering is probably more central to your design. So especially if you have forward mounted guns, you might be diving at your target. And then panning around and looking around is more of the secondary. But for this guy, this prospector bot, prospector ship, looking around is the more important thing. Eventually there will be a trading system where if you meet someone, you can trade with them. And there'll be a station system where stations will occasionally spawn and they will buy cargo, sell cargo, and give sort of contracts. So, you get a contract to get so much iron, and it'll just be bought at a premium. So you meet someone and they're just got some iron in their hull, they're not currently on a contract for it, they might sell it to you. You might be willing to buy it at a good price for them, but still earn a profit when you manage to take it to your station. Other things may happen as the story develops. Don't currently have any way to strafe the ship left, right, up, and down. I've kind of made the design decision that these ships are basically rockets with very little control thruster capability. So you're really changing directions by steering the ship, pretty much just moving forward. So a massive change. If you want to course correct, you kind of have to spin. I may change that in the future, but it's kind of a lot of different controls needed for the camera and all the dimensions of ship movement. I kind of enjoy this movement method at the moment. Anyways, that's where we are. Oh yeah, this ship is constructed out of a whole bunch of modular parts. I've also sort of tweaked the textures so they're not using ambient occlusion or metallic maps anymore. They looked really nice before, but when you put it in the scene, it got really dark and you could not see most of the detail. So I sort of just stripped that out, and they sort of have a cartoony look, but I like it. And it's much more visible. So like, there's a part here. Looks like it's got a more reflective bits. That's probably because the metallic map is still there. Some of them were like the metallic bits and the shadow were painted on the texture, the like base texture, and so I may have to alter them. Like you can see, this panel here is darker than the others, and it's not shade, it's not light base, it's just part of the texture. I have very little artistic skills, but I can probably make a simple change like that. I'll move that head down a bit because there's sort of a gap there. Anyways, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to cut it out here. Thank you. I'll hopefully have more updates later.